live here on, people be quiet down in the back, please. We're live on the radio, thank you. We are delighted to welcome in Ellen Kramer with Jen Nash, the Long Beach valedictorian, and also her teacher way back in Larc. Bev wants to say a few words, but first, let's give it to Ellen. Ellen, congratulations for our new practice segment. It's up to you.
Well, I'm very delighted to introduce to you this new segment, Leading Ladies of Long Beach. And just to give you a little bit of a rundown behind the scenes of this, Leading Ladies of Long Beach, leadership. To lead is a verb, to point out a way for someone, especially from a position in front. And we've chosen the young leading lady here, Jen Nash, the valedictorian of Long Beach High School this year, to be our first guest. And I just want to say that, as for her bio, and her bio reads that she's an IB candidate at the high school, and she is a violinist, Music Honor Society. She's on the swim team, and her event is the Butterfly 50 Free, which is not an easy event, I must say. And she does a lot of volunteer things here in the community, one of which is the Make-A-Wish Foundation for the Polar Bear Plunge, which everybody here knows about. And she's also been doing some selective things through her music through the high school at the Commonwealth Center, right? Okay. So I just want to bring this over to another tie-in that we had because of the Larc event here tonight, and because of Jen's Larc history in the past. Again, I just want to highlight her teacher back from Larc just for a minute. Thank you.
First of all, I'm honored to be able to be here tonight and be a part of this young lady's education. She was an amazing student. She was dedicated. She always had a positive attitude, never once frowned. The kind of kid that you could teach anything and she wanted to know more. Wonderful personality. I'm just so proud that she's become the valedictorian of Long Beach High School because I couldn't think of a better candidate. Wonderful.
Thank you very much. So Jen, I'm going to ask you, what from the Larc program, now that we just had this tie-in, what did you walk away from being a student in the Larc program back in your elementary school years?
I think being in the Larc program presents learning to students in a way where you can both explore like an intellectual sphere, but also have fun while doing it. There's the activities that Larc program offers when you're there and pulled out for that 1 day per week of the school week, that you get to experience learning, but in a way where you really have a smile on your face more than you typically would in just a regular elementary class, because the activities are so different in the sense that they challenge you. You're going above your potential, but they're also more entertaining. And I think that's something that, as you learn at such a young age, that you can have such a smile on your face while challenging yourself academically, I think is a true prize to learn at such a young age. And also just how the Larc program pulls you out 1 day a week from your regular elementary school. It just teaches you at a young age that you have to sometimes miss out on school, and it teaches you time management, and that you have to keep up in all areas of your life and all areas of your academic interests when you're pulled out for something that sometimes is going to pull you away from where you're supposed to be.
That's a great task to learn, right? A tool that you'll need through, like you say, high school now, college going forward, and even further on. That is the one big thing that we all need to know about, and to know it in such a young age, in such a fun way, and out of the box way of thinking is pretty dynamic. Another question I wanted to ask you, Jen, was just going forward in your thoughts about your future, and maybe even just a sidetrack on becoming valedictorian. What makes a valedictorian tick? Where and when in your academic career did you say, you know what, I want that. I want to work on that. I want to become valedictorian of Long Beach High School.
I don't think there was a specific event or a specific certain thing that triggered wanting to be valedictorian. I think it's a lot of just having a drive within yourself to realize that life is full of opportunities, and academically there are opportunities that you have to act on. And I think that sometimes we have a desire, a tendency to slack when we're tired, but that's not really what your academic career is about. When you're tired, you should push yourself. If you haven't finished your homework, you shouldn't leave your house, or you shouldn't go to bed early. You should really just make sure that you're reaching your full potential in everything that you do, and that specifically applies to academics. And I think that being valedictorian is really about setting an example that you should take full advantage of having a school to go to every day and having teachers that care about you and want to help you move forward and help your intellectual progression as an individual.
Thank you. I know that that's part of your message that I think you're thinking about in your message on graduation day to your classmates, and that will go a long way. So take it another step beyond graduation day. I know that you're looking at some pretty remarkable schools. I know that Villanova is something that you are looking at, and you also have some scholarships from Providence and also from Fairfield, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
That's awesome. Now, taking it forward, where do you see yourself in the future? Where do you see yourself in 10 years, maybe, if you can imagine that?
I think that my future that I see in my mind has really been influenced most heavily by my father. My father was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease, and I found that since he's been home, as he had to leave work and leave his career, I've really seen my passion grow similar exactly to his. He was a bond analyst for the financial company Thomson Reuters, and we both have this similar passion to talk about economics and politics and just kind of everything that's central to the Washington D.C. area of the United States policy making, and I've kind of just as he's been home more, which was something that I was never used to as he did work full time. We just focus on the same things, and we find joy in having conversation about those topics. And I think that it's I see myself probably the only place that I want to live when I'm older is Washington D.C. and I want to work in economics and politics. We actually recently at school had a Hofstra National Issues Forum, and one of the topics was the national debt and just how the nation as a whole keeps pushing back the $1 trillion debt ceiling. And it's really, it's kind of a nationalistic sentiment that you tie in to the debt in our nation, and I think that I just see myself, I don't understand why we have such a $14 trillion, $16 trillion debt ceiling, and why we keep pushing it back. And I think that I just find that I want to use my academic future in that area and be in Washington D.C. and work in that area.
Wow. Thank you so much. I know, Jen, I want to wish you congratulations on becoming valedictorian, and wishing you much luck and success in your future. We know you're going to go far, and we hope to see you back here in Long Beach doing all wonderful things for us as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Great job, Ellen. Fantastic. Great job, Jen. She has an amazing future, and someday she might be president of the United States. She's bright, and I wouldn't put anything past her. All right. Now let's welcome up Joanna Matheson in the Long Beach Soup Kitchen and the Lions Club. As part of Long Live Long Beach, along with Benoit and Steve Vaccaro, we started Long Live Long Beach, and we want to give back to the community, and we have several nonprofits here, and I want to give a check to the Long Beach Youth and Family Services, to Joanna. Let's give it up to Joanna, and hey, friends out there, to people out there, talk a little about what your organization is all about.
Well, our organization provides daycare, childcare, before school, after school care for children. We also house the senior programs over at the Magnolia Building. We are anxiously awaiting our opening day. Construction is going on, and hopefully within the next few weeks we will be able to have a soft opening and then get back to business. We do have the Martin Luther King Center as well as the West Community Center, and both buildings are still waiting to be rehabbed. Just like everybody else in Long Beach, we were all affected, but I think that we're going to come back stronger, just like Long Beach, better than ever, and we see it as a revival, from our survival to the revival, and I'm really looking forward to that and to serving our community again. And thank you so much for this generous donation. It's all the musicians, because I know that they were the ones, Benoit and all of his efforts, and Howie, you for the coordination of all of these events that give back to our community, and we're just, so appreciative of everything that you've been doing, and everybody out there. Thank you, Benoit.
It's our pleasure. We also want to donate a check to the Long Beach Soup Kitchen. And Long Beach Soup Kitchen is going to be reopening the end of the month. So let's have a word about the reopening of the Long Beach Soup Kitchen. And we mentioned at the event at Starbucks how instrumental the Lions Club was in helping the Soup Kitchen. Bob, let's talk about that, about how you guys, the Lions Club of Long Beach, was so instrumental and has done so much work with the Long Beach Soup Kitchen to get them back in business.
Yeah, thank you very much, Howie. The Long Beach Lions Club took on the project to try to rebuild a soup kitchen. It's better known as the Long Beach Food and Friendship Organization, and it's one of 19 soup kitchens on Long Island and in Nassau County. Now, the soup kitchen, as you know, was completely devastated by Hurricane Sandy, as you know, as many of us were, but at the same time, the Lions Club took on the task of trying to raise funds to rebuild it. It was completely devastated, as I said, and we had to start from scratch, so we had to take down all the walls and rebuild the facility. And then we just bought them a new stove last year, a restaurant stove, which was in the price range of about $4,000. And that got salt water throughout, so we don't know whether that's going to have to be replaced. But all the refrigeration, all of the freezers, all the food, everything in the entire facility was destroyed. So that's what we're raising money for. We sent out some correspondence trying to solicit funds, and so far we received about $6,000, and hopefully we should be able to raise about another $6,000 and put them back on the feet. They serve approximately 75 to 80 people per day at the soup kitchen. And for those of you who don't know the location of that facility, it's right on West Pine Street, right across the street from the recreation field and east of Whitbread Lumber Company. Now this facility is run by an individual by the name of Bob Blau. He does an excellent job, and he keeps that facility in full steam during the entire week, Monday through Friday, and he does an excellent job. Now we have several people that volunteer at the soup kitchen every day, between 8 and 10 people on a daily basis. So if you can help out in any way, just send your donation to the Long Beach Lions Club, Post Office Box 234, Long Beach, New York, 243. I was just corrected by my mentor, and we hopefully that you will think of the Lions Club, and we have about 3 or 4 other projects that these other fellows are going to talk about. And Suzanne Reishart, our active lion, she does it all. She helps out with many projects throughout the year, and we have one coming up for Valentine's Day that I'm sure she's going to talk to you about. Thank you, and good luck.
All right, great job. And we'll take a break, and after the break, we'll have Dennis Kelly, we'll have Rocco, and we'll have the music right after the break. Don't worry, we'll get the rock. We got Dennis Kelly, we got Rocco, and we'll have the music right after the break. We'll have plenty of time to get everything in. But all right, we'll try to get him in after the break as well. All right, you know what? Let's get him in real quick. Steve, we'll take a minute before the break. Steve Vaccaro, our member of Long Live Long Beach, is on the line. Steve, what's cooking?